Hi, I'm Carmen, and welcome to this week's episode of Cooking with Carmen. As part of our mission to heal hunger, Operation Food Search teaches families how to cook delicious food on a budget. Thanks for joining for episode 24. Today's show continues our celebration of Black History Month, where we are featuring favorite recipes and interviews with Operation Food Search staff members and community partners. Be sure to check back weekly on our Facebook page and Instagram pages for more content. I'm so excited to have today's guest on the show with me today. Bridget Brooks is our front office administrator, and she is the first face or voice you encounter when you call or visit Operation Food Search. She's been at Operation Food Search for over 20 years. Her positivity and welcoming nature easily lifts everyone's spirits and creates a welcoming environment for anyone who walks through our doors. Welcome, Bridget.
Hello, everybody.
I'm so excited to have you on the show. So can you first start with giving our viewers a little bit of background about your role here at Operation Food Search?
Okay, well, like Carmen said, I've been here 20 years. I have done dispatching. I've even driven in the van to deliver barrels before. So I'm staff support. I do whatever needs to be done to get things for the company.
Yeah, you wear so many hats. I don't know where we'd be without you, honestly. So when you told me that today's recipe was a stuffed sweet potato, I was so excited because I often make sweet potatoes or just regular stuffed sweet potatoes at home. So I kind of want to run through a couple ideas that I've also had in addition to the recipe that you shared today. So the one we're making today is like a Southwest version. So the seasoned black beans, red onion, and a homemade guacamole. But some of my other favorites include like a buffalo chicken stuffed sweet potato, which is like shredded cooked chicken and it's tossed in like the buffalo or the hot sauce, ranch or blue cheese dressing, some sliced green onion. Also, a really good one is a barbecue stuffed sweet potato, so like pulled pork or pulled chicken, tossed in barbecue sauce, and I like to top it with a little chopped pickles. But the options are really endless. So I encourage our viewers to comment below with some of their favorite stuffed sweet potato recipes. So Bridget, can you kind of give a little background of what gave you the inspiration for this stuffed sweet potato?
Okay, a few years back, maybe 10 years ago, here at Operation Food Search, I met an intern who was studying to be a personal trainer and a dietitian. And she was making her lunch, and she had this sweet potato and black bean with guacamole. And I thought it was strange. And past history, I didn't even like sweet potatoes. But I'm always willing to try things. So I went home, and I got all the ingredients that I remember she told me. And I tried it, and I loved it. I realized that I like sweet and savory mixed together. I like more of a savory.
Yeah, I love the combination of sweet and savory too. And that's why whenever I talk about a stuffed sweet potato, a lot of people are like, ew, that sounds weird. But I agree. Trying everything once is important because it really can open your taste buds and your mind to some new flavors. So let's get started cooking. I'm excited to see this come together.
All right. Well, we have the sweet potato and we have the black beans here. And we have the avocado, and I have some red onion, some lime. So what I'm going to do is I have jalapenos right here. I'm going to put that in there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of red onion in here. And then the cilantro.
So when you're making this at home, do you normally measure your ingredients for this guacamole?
I do not.
That's a sign of a good chef, Bridget, is when you can just toss stuff in.
And then here's the lime juice right here. And then here is a pinch of salt. Now, I don't use a lot of salt. Usually when I'm at home, I do like a pink Himalayan salt that I like from Trader Joe's. And I usually do, for black beans, Trader Joe's has a really great Cuban black beans. So the black beans are already seasoned and it just goes really well. So I'm gonna mash up my avocado here.
So while you're mashing that, so you mentioned earlier that you weren't really a big fan of sweet potatoes. Is it because of how you grew up eating them, or what kind of changed your mind?
Okay, yeah. So growing up, my mom, I love you, Mom. Please forgive me. But she would do sweet potatoes. She would peel them and slice them. She would put a stick of butter on them, like the whole stick of butter. And she would do like a cup or 2 cups of sugar and she would boil it down and she'd do cinnamon and nutmeg and vanilla extract. And it was so sweet that I would only like the syrup of it. I didn't like it. And then sometimes she would fry the sweet potatoes. She would slice them and fry them in bacon grease.
Actually, I love a good sweet potato fries.
Well, they weren't fries. They were like beef, like steaks. They slice the whole thing and fry it. So yeah, I did not, and she made lots of sweet potato pies. I did not like that either, but I was always the taste tester. And so, as I got older, and found out that I could eat a sweet potato more savory and that it didn't have to have all that sugar, I was like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful.
Yeah, it's so true. Like sweet potatoes are naturally sweet. We don't need to add a ton of sugar. But I have to admit, your mom's recipe does sound good. It almost sounds like the sweet potato casserole that a lot of people eat around the holidays.
Oh yeah. Hers was really sweet.
Sweet potatoes have a ton of nutrients because they are an orange vegetable. And I always like to tell people eating a wide variety of brightly colored or dark colored produce is definitely key, like spinach and sweet potatoes and kale and tomatoes. Really, the options are endless, but finding a wide variety of a rainbow of fruits and vegetables. But people also think since potatoes are white, like regular potatoes, they're not as healthy. But white produce like cauliflower and white potatoes still has a lot of good nutrients. So we don't need to knock the regular potato either. But sweet potatoes definitely have a lot more nutrients.
All right. So now we're going to cut the sweet potato down.
So you boiled this. Is there a reason why you boil it instead of baking it?
Well, I boil the sweet potato because it's less sugar. For some reason, I don't like a super sweet potato. And so if you bake a sweet potato, it's sweeter. So I boiled it to try to boil out some of the sugar.
Yeah, baking it, it kind of caramelizes the sugars that are in the sweet potato. So it might taste a little sweeter.
So here we go. This is enough for 2 meals, people.
Yay, I can't wait to eat it with you.
And so I kind of open it up here. And then I add the black beans inside here.
So we have some of the seasoned black beans, but if you use regular beans, I'm sure you could add a little taco seasoning or flavor it up yourself too.
And then I do a little pinch of red onion because I like red onion.
So do I.
And so then we will put in the guacamole.
And that guacamole adds a lot of healthy fats, which will definitely help keep us full after this lunch. And those beans have a lot of great protein and fiber. Beans are kind of like the best of both worlds of being a vegetable and a source of protein.
Yes, and this is my favorite meatless meal.
I love it. It looks so good. I love all the colors in there too. So the green and the orange and also the black beans and the red onion. It's a colorful lunch. It looks so good. So I have one last question for you. Since we're celebrating Black History Month, When you think of Black History Month, what comes to mind for you?
Well, for me, Black history shines a light on things that people have done in the past, things that we need to learn and discover and remember. And yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Learning and discovering is definitely a good piece to help people remember about Black History Month, because it's continuously learning and seeking out ways to kind of expand your knowledge on a topic that a lot of people might not know about. So I love that. Thank you so much for coming on the show today with me. I was so happy you were excited to come on with me, and that looks so good. And I am so excited to eat lunch with you today.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed today's show. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. If you made today's recipe, we'd love to hear about it, or some of your own ideas for a stuffed sweet potato. So we are celebrating Black History Month all month long, and we're featuring favorite recipes and interviews with Operation Food Search staff members and partners. So check back weekly on our Facebook page and Instagram pages for more information. And like our page if you haven't already. And again, leave comments or questions below. We love to hear feedback. Visit our website to learn more about our work, and I'll see you back here live in 2 weeks for our next episode. Stay healthy and happy Wednesday.